Thank you. Are NFTs the future of the traditional art market? Definitely not. When we think of NFTs as digital artworks are more or less neglectable on the overall revenue when you look at the overall revenue of the traditional art market, and will stay like this. They will not overtake paintings, which make up 90% of the revenue in the art world. However, NFTs are the future when we talk about how art will be traded in the future. Now, my background is in art, business, and technology. I've been working on this intersection for the past 20 years. I lecture at Yale University, classes on the art market. I'm an economist by trade. I also wrote this book, How to Create and Sell NFTs, a guide for all artists, which I brought, where I summarize views how traditional artists can get involved in the NFT space. I have one goal, and that is to make the art market transparent. Now, why am I such a big fan of NFTs? Because the art world has three key problems. The first problem is it's in a recession. Different to what you think, the art market is not booming. Look at this. This shows you the value, so the total revenue of the art market and the volume, how many pieces were traded in the past 10, 12 years. Now, what you can see is that the art market remained fairly stable throughout those years. Now, that is in total contrast to what the idea that you get when you read the news, hearing always about new record prices. Now, why is that? Simply because at the top end of the market, prices increased while everything else, nobody buys. And look at this, the art market has remained stable at a value of roughly 60 billion. At the same time, the number of ultra-high net worth individuals has tripled. So these people are not buying art. The art market has another problem. It's not transparent. You've all seen stories like this. Art dealer pleads guilty to wire fraud charges in 86 million scam. Now, what this art dealer did, he sold the same painting 4 times. He took 10 million from you, 10 million from you, 10 million from you, and 10 million from you. Perfect, right? Unfortunately, none of you actually got the artwork because he kept it. And then they caught him. The FBI did. And the art market has a third problem. It's not fair. We looked at 500,000 artists in order to find out what makes an artist financially successful. You know this, right? You go into a museum, you look at an artwork, and you think, I could do this. Why is this artist in a museum and not me? Well, the answer is in this map. Every small dot is an art institution, a gallery or a museum. Now look at the size of the dots. What you can see is there are only a few dots which are actually big. The size of the dot means what impact has an exhibition in this institution on my success as an artist? An exhibition in a small dot institution has no impact on my success, price-wise. I remain stable. However, an exhibition in one of the large dots has a tremendous impact. My prices increase. That's the route to stardom. And that explains why the art market is not fair. Because as you can see, 99% of all institutions, all galleries, all museums, all the Kunsthalles that you know have no impact on your success as an artist. But a few institutions do. These people that are mostly run by white male decide over your success as an artist. So when you ask yourself, why are women, people of color, members of the LGBTQ+ community so underrepresented, here's the answer. And here come NFT. NFTs allow us to move from recession to a much larger market. Suddenly, new and a young audience joined the market and were buying art. Transparency. With NFTs, if every painting would be registered on the blockchain, nobody could sell it multiple times because I would get the NFT, which proves that I'm the owner of that painting. And the dealer couldn't sell it 4 times. And NFTs solve the problem of the art market not being fair by simply allowing the community to decide what gets shown. Why do a few museums control what goes into art history? Who gets successful? Why doesn't the community control it? What are the benefits? For artists, the benefits are clear. Higher profits, simply because they cut out the middleman. They own the relationship between the buyer and themselves. The gallery that used to be in between them is no longer there. Also, royalties forever. Artists today don't participate in auctions. In the future, they will. And they tap into new audiences, which bring more revenue to them and exercise more control. Benefits for collectors, more transparency, of course. Every time a painting leaves the studio in the future, it will be registered on the blockchain, and whenever it's traded, the NFT is traded. The artist participates, but the collector knows, all right, I actually got the real one. I have the proof of ownership, which makes it much easier to sell it, because I don't need the intermediaries, Sotheby's and Christie's anymore, because now the buyer knows, all right, this is the real deal. Whoever has the NFT in their wallet is the real owner. You can translate this to photography and to all other mediums as well. Which is incredibly helpful, because the art market, as you saw before, is in a recession. So making the art market more liquid allows much more active trading. And of course, there are utilities that can come with NFTs if artists play it well. And finally, the benefits for the institutions. Institutions can tap into new audiences. They can get more buyers, additional revenue streams, higher retention rate through more engagement. In museums, they all have membership clubs. Their biggest problem is members come and go. Why is that? Because of the lack of engagement. Now, allowing people who go to a museum earn points, which gives them voting powers in what gets chosen in the next exhibition, keeps them closer to the museum. So the decision is no longer based on two curators who decide what gets shown in the museum, but the decision is based on the community deciding what gets shown. And the role of galleries will change fundamentally, because galleries will no longer be the gatekeeper to the art world, but they will be more managers. Artists will be overwhelmed because suddenly they have to engage in a direct dialogue with their buyers. They can't do all this. They don't want to do this. They want to be creative. They don't want to write invoices all day or deal with customer complaints. That's where the role of galleries will transition to, becoming managers. Rather than taking 50%, they will take 20%, similar to what you find in the movie industry today. Now let me summarize this. NFTs, when we talk about digital images, are not the future of the traditional art market. NFTs, or digital art, makes up only 3% of the total value of the art market. Paintings are over 90%, and this will not change, at least not in our lifetime. However, the technology that powers NFTs, that allows us to trade digital artworks, that's what stays, and this will fundamentally change the art market. Because it presents solutions to all the art market problems. New clients, more transparency, and it will make the art market fair and equal. And artists, collectors, and institutions benefit because they can exercise more control, they earn more money, and art becomes a liquid asset that can be traded without an intermediary cutting into the trade. That sounds very optimistic, right? What's the timeline, I always get asked. Well, it's not going to happen tomorrow, probably not in 10 years. And when it happens, we won't talk about NFTs anymore. It will just happen that today I get a piece of paper, which is the certificate of authenticity. In the future, I'll be issued a digital token that gets into my wallet. Everything in the art market takes longer than anywhere else. Just recently, they found out that they can sell through the internet. Before COVID, the online art market was 9%. During COVID, it increased to 20%, now it's back at 15%. So galleries realize, hey, we can sell also through Instagram. Everything in the art world takes much longer than in any other industry. So when people come to me and ask, hey Magnus, what should I do? I'm an artist, what should I do? I tell them, read my book, because it helps you to educate yourself on the what NFTs are all about. And when builders, entrepreneurs come to me and ask, hey, what do you think, what should we do? I don't tell them to convince a painter to create the next $10,000 profile picture project. I tell them to look how they can facilitate this process and make it faster. And when I talk about the process, I mean bringing paintings onto the blockchain. Now, if you'd like to reach out, please do. I will answer every message that I get. It's on Instagram, my name, or you can write me an email, or you can scan this. And I invite you to take a look at the book. It's been a tremendous success because it has helped artists to understand what's coming towards them. Thank you very much.